Casper.
I can see it in your eyes. You've seen the moon and its darker side. I can feel the gravity, the forces pull between you and me. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Changing in the sky, it gets a little lighter over time. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night. I will be standing here till the stars align.
I always forget it just stops.
You know, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is perspective, not the truth.
That's cool. Yeah, where'd you hear that from?
That's me off the dome.
That's cool. You couldn't call it Will Schumann?
It's either me or Marcus Aurelius. I don't know. It's one of the two.
Who's that?
You don't know who Marcus Aurelius is?
No.
You've never seen Troy? Is that the movie Troy, or one where the guy?
Oh, with Brad Pitt.
No, not Troy. Gladiator.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome all the people in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people tonight, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, we'll see. If you are in here, fire away questions. It's gonna be pretty loose tonight. We don't have Zach.
No, Zach.
So it's gonna go off the rails pretty quick. Because Zach pretty much guides us through this. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Zach is kind of, but you can do it. You're pretty good at this.
You want me to guide it? I feel like you're the host though.
Oh no. That's those times have changed. They're long gone.
Oh, have they? Okay, well, it's been a minute since I've been on it, so I feel a little rusty right now. I think it's been about a month. So
Oh, you were on it recently.
not last week, and I was in Charleston the week before, and then I don't think we
didn't do it last week.
That.
You were. You said you weren't going to be on, and then you showed up.
But that was like a month ago.
Hey!
Our guy's here. Our guy.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, dude.
It's a big audience today. It's you and one other viewer somewhere.
Yeah. So I mean, we had some interesting stuff going on. We're obviously gonna go through waivers. We had 2 trades that were, in the middle of some gambling shenanigans. We had a 3-way trade, pretty much, that involves Zach, of course. We're gonna have some Q&A. I think we have 3 questions from some longtime listeners, first time callers. So we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna do the playoff projections from the league and / rankings. So, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some predictions. So hoping to keep it at an hour. Right.
Yeah.
So,
we should be the 2 people. It's pretty easy to do, especially if the questions don't come in like crazy. But
the questions are the best part, I think.
I think most people come in. I agree, but I think most people come in or listen to it in the after. So if Logan's not here live, it's going to be pretty low on the questions. So.
Well, I thought that too. I thought people watched it after the fact. I have so many ideas for the pod too. Like, I want to do like an interview series. I just don't have the time for it because I think it'd be cool to interview everyone, but we just don't have the time for it. But I have always think of ideas with the pod. So
the new pod leader right here.
Now it's all 3 of us. But
it's mostly you and Zach.
This group, man, come on. So yeah, let's get into waivers. I said let's dive in. So
let's do it.
We don't have the fun PowerPoint that Zach usually has, but I will just share the screen.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah,
Now the question is, can we zoom that in?
Zoom it in.
Yeah, because that's actually now that I'm looking at it, it's really small.
I know how to. I don't know how to use Mac as much.
Try.
Is it
Alt
Control?
Plus. Or
Yeah,
Control
no,
Plus?
it's all on the. It's all on the. Can you see
Hey
it?
Siri, can you zoom? Oh shit, my phone did that. Okay, well, the important
Let's just
thing
do
is
it.
we're just gonna do it. People can probably see it. They can probably zoom.
All right. So this week for waivers, we had Mason Taylor go for $0 to Robin. Which, how do you feel about the Mason Taylor pickup?
Why is it starting with a $0 bid? That's kind of strange.
That's just how it goes. It's gonna go from top to bottom.
Okay. Yeah, I don't feel about that. So let's move on.
No, Herbert for $5.
Okay, that one is interesting.
Yeah, I dropped him like a
You
dumbass.
dropped it, yeah, and you need him now.
I know.
But
here,
Jared Goff got dropped.
I got a better system.
So
Here we go.
oh, that is a little better. Yeah. So okay, so you're gonna start from the top now.
Yeah, let's start from the top. All right, we're rolling now. All right, the Chargers defense went for $8.
Okay.
Zach spent $8 on him. I'm kind of
I was-
surprised by $8.
Yeah, I was surprised too, and then I saw they actually have a good couple little matchups here. Who do they click on them? What do they play?
I mean, they play Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah. Minnesota is we don't know because Wentz is hurt right now, so maybe that's interesting, or maybe he's just waiting for the Miami game. I don't know.
Well, Tennessee too.
I can't read it. Okay, so Tennessee's in there. So yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
So, oh wait, it's not on my.
Minnesota, Tennessee, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, it
So he
depends,
spent
depends on
$4.
if Minnesota is good or not.
Uh, I like it, but it's defense. So defense wins championships, though, of course. We got Marvin Mims for $7. That could have been a $0 bid, but I like it. Probably the hot pickup of the week is Herbert because I'm a dumbass. Coleman for $5, and Jordan and I put 0 in. You see, the thing about Herbert,
Yeah, he pops off or he doesn't do anything.
you feel great having him in. You think you have a long-term starter,
Yeah,
but he will religiously get you 16 pretty much.
You think you have this year's Patrick Mahomes with Justin Herbert?
Yes,
So.
pretty much. Like he'll have these 27-point weeks, but he had to throw the ball 55 times to get there, to get 28.
Yeah.
And that's just not going to be a typical game script, right? So,
and it's the team wants to run the ball.
I know. And I mean, this week probably is going to be fine, but his projection of 18 points weekly is kind of crazy to me, honestly, the more and more I held him. So, but I think for Coleman's standpoint, because I know he was rocking Goff, I think it's a good pickup because I do think it's an upgrade over Goff.
Goff had a bad week. I think they're pretty similar.
Yeah, they're similar.
Goff had a bye this week, right?
I mean, at least with Goff, you're getting 17 to 18 points, right?
Other last week, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they're very similar, but I will say he's the more boom week. 34,
I don't even. So. I honestly, they're so similar. It's stupid.
Yeah.
What I want to see. Okay, so the Falcons got picked up. The Browns got dropped. Actually, didn't realize it's the Browns. You dropped the Browns, huh?
I did because of a bye next week.
Oh, but they play New England this week. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So enjoy that if someone wants them. The other big one was Gadsden.
This is the one. I didn't have enough fab. I used all I had. I wanted him so fucking bad.
Really? I mean, I get it, but I feel like it's a 1 week kind of thing, right? No,
because look, he's a rookie and he's getting more and more and more, and he looked so good last week. I hope that I'm wrong, but I believe so much, and I'm so pissed they didn't get him.
I don't mind the pickup at all.
At least 15 on him, like minimum.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Okay. My thing is, there's just so many mouths to feed there. Like you got Allen, QJ, Ladd, and then you throw in a fourth guy.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's gonna be tough for him, right?
Okay, so what Kevin just said, I'm gonna get to in a second, but also
put it on
tight end targets. Tight end targets. I did. Tight end targets and wide receiver targets are different. There's always going to be tight end targets. If he wants to target a tight end in a certain situation, he's going to target a tight end. The wide receivers are all going to be moving around doing their thing, but he's got to target a tight end in certain situations. This guy is talented. I believe in this dude. What Kevin just said, what he said, Will said this about Fannin at the start of the season. I wish I didn't drop Fannin. Fannin is going to be great. Fannin was pretty good the last couple weeks, and Njoku is talked about in trade rumors right now and is hurt, and Fannin's getting targeted a lot. So I think the Fannin thing was actually right too.
And this is the hot pickup, right? Is like Gadsden this week, but I don't mind the shot at all because I mean he spent $5 at the end of the day, right? And
tight ends are hard to come by.
They are. He has Laporta. I do know he has Laporta, so it could be a trade tool if he actually turns into something. So I like the pickup from Coleman. I'm not saying that. I just don't think.
If you're a rookie,
you should expect 25, right?
No. But if you're a rookie and it's a tight end and you're doing that, it's like the potential of him being even like pretty good is a big deal. Just because, I mean, tight ends are hard to get, and if one comes through, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean,
I'm gonna say though, I feel like this year tight ends are more available than they have been in the past.
A little bit, yeah. But with a rookie, the potential, he's in 2 straight weeks, 8 targets, 9 targets. This week he got a touchdown that helps, but 25 points, 164 yards. I don't think you get 164 yards and 9 targets, and you're building up to it, right? He didn't even play.
That's all 55 throws. Herbert's not going to chuck the ball 55 times.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's going to get 25 points every week, but if you look at his progression, didn't play the first 2 games, and building, and we're talking about a rookie who's talented. Like, there's potential there to be. It's obviously, I'm not I'm not even expecting him to be good, but the
Mhm.
chances that he could be really good is so like because he's a tight end is such a big deal.
So the
Am I-
proof of your concept of what you're saying right now is week 3, he played 26% of snaps, but he had 7 targets on 26. So
Right.
that's the
So
positive
he
in
didn't
your
play, he
side,
didn't play the
right?
first 2 weeks. Then he comes in, barely plays, and gets stuff. He plays 26, and
Yeah.
then and
So
but if you look at his snap percentage, that has
it's
gone
going
up
up. It's
every
going up.
week. Yeah. And then what Zach said is true. I mean, I am in tight end streamer hell. Fucking Waller really bummed me out. So I thought I had something there, and that didn't work out.
Oh man. Good pickup, Coleman. Texans, they've been solid. Honestly, that's a good pickup, but I'm scared against the 49ers. I feel like maybe that's just me thinking of years past though. Are you scared about Texans against 49ers this week? Because that's who Kevin picked up.
Not really, just a little bit. I mean, the 49ers still don't have weapons right now. They have McCaffrey, and that's it. I guess they have Kittle back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin picked them up to play this week. I can't see it on my phone.
I think so. I mean, the Texans have been great though, I will say that, with their defense. So that's that. This is the one that gets me the most is Kincaid for $2. I had 2 guys get picked up this week that I've had on my roster for a long time. Kincaid's been great.
Yep.
And Brad got him for $2. I'm such an idiot.
I at one point had him being picked up for me, and then I changed it to Kyle Pitts. So I went with Kyle. So I took Brad's guy who he had and named his team after. And Brad.
Did you want? So was your order Gadsden, Kincaid, Pitts?
No, it was Gadsden. It was Gadsden, Pitts, Kincaid. And then
interesting.
And then I took Kincaid out, or maybe I kept that in there, but I ended up going with Pitts just because he had a good week last week, and I'm really hoping for the boom because I do think Kincaid isn't going to be the guy who's getting the crazy boom weeks. He just might be kind of solid a lot. So
I think he's just gonna be solid. I agree. Rashard Smith. Oh, actually, sorry, I skipped over Robbins. Mason Taylor. I feel like it's hard to invest in the Jets offense right now. So
yeah, sure is.
Do what you need to do. I mean, there is a lot of talent there. He's another rookie, right? But he has McBride, right? Is it a bye week thing? It's got to be a bye week thing. So we'll see his team later on, but that's got to be what it is. This is Rashard Smith, I feel like, is picked up and dropped all the time. And like people are, I feel like he's been picked up and dropped a couple times.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Maybe, but I know everyone's freaking out about his snap share, but I mean it is just 35%. Like
I don't want any running back. I mean, Pacheco and Hunt, I guess, are the guys you're okay.
You don't want them either, honestly.
You just don't want any running back there. He's my 4th option unless someone else got picked up.
That makes sense. Oh, you have 0 fab. That's right, Robin. Okay, yeah, because you picked up Woody. So that's why you're doing. That's right. Okay, that makes sense now. Well, Godspeed, brother. Godspeed.
So my Nunn guy got picked up. Knight got dropped. So I think Knight got dropped, and I think the other, Michael Carter got dropped. So the Cardinals back.
Nunn guy for $0 is crazy, honestly. I'm surprised Kevin didn't go after him.
Well, Zach did it because he doesn't have Swift, does he?
That's the thing. Kevin has Swift, which we'll talk about in the next segment.
I mean, my Nunn guy did.
He didn't even put in a waiver claim for him.
But you don't want to like my Nunn guy is not a guy you're hoping is going to carry you unless there's an injury.
It's an insurance thing, but I mean, he split the backfield 50%.
Yeah, he did this week. Yeah, but
I picked up Christian Watson. Who knows?
Yeah, the last interesting thing on here that I want to really talk about that I find interesting is not from today, but it's from a couple days ago. Is that Brad finally dropped Joe Mixon?
Oh yeah, hey, you gotta hold in there, man. You gotta hold in there.
He made the right call. I wanted.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, well, there's just no info saying he could play. If our league had IR spots, but without an IR spot, that's so hard to hold on to.
It is.
My whole bench can't be all handcuffs. Yeah,
That's fair.
I will say
That's
Kevin has
fair.
a lot of multi-running back doesn't, or he did at least. He has running backs from the same team. He had running backs from both running backs for the Patriots, right? I don't know if he still does. And then
Yeah.
he had both running back. He still has both running backs for the Steelers, I think. So if he did that, then he'd also have both running backs for the what team was that? Oh, the Bears. You don't want all 6 running backs can't be on 3 teams.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Point taken. So
You didn't miss much, Coleman. We were just talking about the waivers.
we talked about actually your waivers the most though, Coleman. I will say that we talked about your tight end pickup and Herbert pickup. So good pickups. I think that concludes it. So we're moving on to trades.
Let's do it.
All right. So if you all, I think we have 2 trades to talk about.
Yeah, trades have been a lot less frequent this year. I feel like the last year, I feel like they were less frequent than the year before. I feel like they get slowly less frequent every year we play, which is interesting.
I think it's because people aren't drunk and trading often.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, if you
also,
think about it,
I think Sleeper's harder to trade on than ESPN was.
probably that too. But I mean, if you think about it, a lot of us lived at Claybrook and would make trades during the day, just during lunch.
Yeah,
and whatever.
But I mean, like, I've always been like a big time trader that trades all the time.
That is true. You've changed your tune probably the most. You haven't traded at all this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's because for the first time ever in this league, I like my drafted team, and I don't have enough depth to trade. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's weird. I'm wondering when you're gonna trade, if you ever will. this year.
Every like 4 or 5 times a week at work, I'll be sitting there on my computer looking at it, and I'll click on trade, and I'll go to a name, and I'll click some players, and I'll be like, I can't do this.
No,
I don't send it.
You gotta rip it, man. You gotta rip it sometimes. But to get in the trades, Zach had both of them, which this is a 3-team trade pretty much.
Big trader.
So we'll start off with Kevin and Zach. This was the trade that had to get done to get Zach and I's deal done, just behind the curtain there. So Zach receives Jacoby Myers and Ibuka for Swift and Addison. I know how I feel about it, but what are your initial thoughts, Will?
I wish, honestly, I think the computer is better than the phone these days because I don't have an easy way to see the trade on my phone now.
Yeah, sorry.
Here we go.
It's probably small.
So Zach got Myers and Ibuka, and he gave Swift and Addison. Well, Swift
I want
really
your perspective before the Evans trade injury and after, if that affects it at all too.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't really weighing Evans into it too much, regardless.
Okay.
Was good with and without Evans. Myers is one of those guys that you gotta hope is going to do something, and he hasn't. I like Tucker more, but
Then
Swift had a really good week, but also got a big timeshare with Manungai. What's his name?
Yeah, Kyle Manungai that we just talked about. Yeah,
and then Addison. My thing in this trade is I feel like the one player that stands out is Ibuka.
Yeah, I would agree. Ibuka's the best player in the trade, right?
But I think Swift and Addison are both better than Myers, so it's just a fair trade.
Here's my standpoint on it. I think it was a necessary trade for Kevin, especially because of his running back situation right now. Because you talked about it, he has committees for committees for committees, and hopefully they didn't just buy into another one.
Yeah,
last week, but Swift's been killing it. Like, Swift's been really good the last 2 weeks. And I want to pull up his logs real quick. Let me see. Where is it?
You can click on it from the trade.
Can I?
Yep.
So I'm not used to the computer with it.
I think the computer, people don't like the computer version. I think the computer version's good. You can just click on the name in the trade spot and it'll show up.
I tried it and it wouldn't let me. So I'll just go here. But if you go to Swift, 20 and 24 the last 2 weeks. Great. And then he has Baltimore and Cincinnati and the Giants. So he's going to have a 3-week span here where he has like pretty much the best matchups you can have.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Kevin's
just the worry of Manungai.
So that's why I like the trade for Kevin. But I do like it for Zach too, because he he needed another all-star, like I believe Ibuka is. And Zach has enough of these, like, high end RB2, low end RB1 potentially, on any given week, that he was willing to get rid of like a guy like that, right? So I don't really lean either way either, honestly, on it. I think it was one of those few trades that, it benefited both parties, right? So
Yeah,
especially with Rice coming back for Kevin.
Yeah.
That is huge for him. And he honestly, I mean, obviously you need Ibuka, but he's willing to take that bite there, right?
He gained himself that running back because he got a wide receiver. Yeah.
So, and I think, especially with the Evans injury,
Addison over Myers is an upgrade. So
it is
back, and losing Ibuka but getting Rice is kind of almost like a wash in that situation. I mean, obviously that's not part of the trade, but he kept himself having a very good wide receiver, probably.
For sure. And Addison, like you said, Addison's been great. So, yeah, I love seeing the trades. That's why I like fantasy personally. I think it's the best part. So, excuse me. The second trade is me and Zach. I gave up Pickens and Flowers, and I got Nico and Marquise Brown, which I will give my input right now, as I feel like I gave up too much already. After week 1 with Nico. Especially with the injury, that sucks. But I really wanted an alpha, and I was scared of Pickens with CD coming back, and I thought I had a tight window where I had to take my shot for potentially an alpha wide receiver, and I had the capital to do it. And I felt if Nico was proved to be a top 10 wide receiver, that would put my team over the top, right? That's how I felt about it.
I disagree with what you said. I think it sucks that the concussion thing happened to Collins, but it is just a concussion. Like, he might not play this week. I hope he doesn't personally.
Right.
But Pickens is not going to be the Pickens that he was 2 weeks with CD there. I mean, that takes a hit. I'd rather have Nico Collins than Pickens. And Flowers, as much as you want to believe in Flowers,
I do believe in Flowers. I really do.
Crazy? I'm clicking on the names right now. I'm clicking on Flowers. Okay, now I'm clicking on Marquise or Hollywood Brown. Brother, as like the name difference is a thing, but Hollywood Brown has been better than Flowers. Like, you don't want to start Hollywood Brown, but Flowers is just, and I guess Jackson's coming back, but.
When Jackson comes back, Flowers will be good. I promise you. Flowers.
But Jackson was there for the first 3 weeks, and Flowers had 14. Or wait. Flowers had one crazy week his first week, right? He had 24 points and then 11-3, and Jackson was there for all those games, so he can still disappear. Right. Always has.
He's boom bust. He really is.
It's not a person you don't want a boom bust. Like, that's just a scary player to have on your team.
Yeah, he is a scary player, but so Zach had an interesting point here. Flowers, no Lamar, Hollywood, no Rice, which that's a great point with the Hollywood perspective because, Rice wasn't there. So Hollywood was a throw-in.
Obviously, you would rather have Flowers. However, Hollywood with Rice last week and in a game where he only played 33% of snaps because the team put their backups in the second half of the game, he still got a touchdown and got 8 points. I think that Marquise Brown becomes the number 2 target. Like, so Worthy gets like the weird plays, like the handoffs and stuff, but Hollywood becomes the number 2 target, but that might be good for him if Rice is taking a lot of the coverage. He's not. Gotcha. Neither of them are guys you want to start every week. So it's blasé. So it comes down to Collins versus Pickens. I like Collins because he's the 1 and Pickens is the 2. But Pickens is on a better offense. We're talking way too much about a trade that is so fucking even now that I think about it.
Yeah, well, just to be transparent, like coming into, the draft, I wanted Amon-Ra and Nico. That was what I wanted coming in. So I've always kind of wanted Nico the whole season. So,
last question, if you could trade back right now, would you do it?
It's tough. Maybe. Because Pickens looked pretty good, honestly. And I didn't think he would look as good with CD. So, because it was a sweat with CD, to be honest with you. So,
Yeah, no,
I would consider it, honestly. So
I prefer your side personally, but let's do it. Let's go to what's.
So now we're to questions. Let's do the questions portion.
Oh, let's do some questions. Okay.
So we had 3 questions that were submitted to us, and feel free to ask questions as you guys see fit. But we want to kind of chime in with these ones. So our first one comes from a longtime listener of the pod,
listener,
and let's listen to what he has to say.
Is this a video?
What's the worst thing you'd let happen to you for the rest of your season if it meant your team had no injuries?
Well, that's not just a long-time listener. That guy's in our league.
I know. I wanted to tease it a little bit though. So
he's a long-time listener.
He is a long-time listener.
So the question is what's your biggest fear? Is that because I missed the first part of it because I had to tap on mute?
So it is. Let's replay. You want me to replay it for you?
Yeah, but replay it one more time.
Let me find my mouse.
What's the worst thing you'd let happen to you for the rest of your season if it meant your team had no injuries?
So, okay.
Would you lose a limb so your team didn't have any injury?
Yeah. So let's see. The thing is I haven't had any injuries other than Darren Waller.
That's crazy, by the way.
McLaurin.
I was thinking about that too. You don't have any injuries really this year.
Well, McLaurin hasn't played all year.
That's true.
But I was thinking about this on the way home from work today, like how mind-blowingly devastated I would be if CMC got hurt because of how, or JSN. But JSN, I don't expect to get hurt. CMC, I still have this giant fear it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, that would just completely ruin my season. So what would I be willing to?
I would pull, not pull my hand. I would get a wrist sprain.
You get a wrist sprain, okay.
For 2 weeks.
Because that's not a big deal.
With my left wrist, that would be what I would do.
So you wouldn't do a right wrist sprain? Because right wrist.
I have to have. I need the right wrist for other reasons.
Okay. Shit. I would eat only low carb, low cal meals.
How many? Here's
no meat. I would do a whole week of vegetarianism, which I do not eat veggies.
How many days would you go without nicotine for your team not to have any injuries all season?
Well, okay. So the honest truth is, I would go. It would be a very good excuse to quit nicotine because I don't want nicotine, but I can't quit. Actually, that'd be great if I could make that deal with the world. That'd be amazing. But if it was just came down to it, I think in terms of like how miserable I'd be, probably 2 weeks. It's probably most
2 weeks. That's how I feel. Logan said you go bald for the fantasy season, which
you go.
I love the dedication.
I'm too afraid of going bald because what if my hair doesn't grow back the way
Well, it's just for the fantasy season, so it's like 3 to 4 months.
I know, but
bald.
I'm afraid. I'm always afraid that if I shave, I'll see the bald patches that are growing in my head. So
just
I would
turn into a hat guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be a hat guy.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, but I get headaches.
I feel you. All right, we have another question from a longtime listener. I'm surprised we're reaching some of these demographics too as we progress here. It's pretty crazy, but I get excited when the pod's expanding this far. So let's hear our next question.
It's cuffing season, right? Everyone's talking about getting locked down, but tell me, be honest, is having handcuffs overrated, or is it just the perfect excuse to keep?
So she got cut off. There was something wrong with the feed. But she's talking about handcuffs. But I think she took, our pod in a different direction. So my first
I didn't know we were reaching that audience.
I know. But it's cool to see the our demographic growing. But would you use handcuffs in the bedroom? And B, how do you feel about handcuffs in fantasy football? Is it something that's still going on or not at all?
Did you see her?
Do you think it's still good?
Nipples were poking out.
Were they? Okay, I didn't see it. I try to have respect of our viewers, right? So
what was the question again?
You want me to?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have used handcuffs in the bedroom. They're fun. They're very fun. So handcuffs in the bedroom are fun. Handcuffs in fantasy football are not as fun. I actually finally gave up on the whole, even though you want it, like Christian McCaffrey's like the guy that you want to have a handcuff with. And I think in this league, I might still have, do I still have Robinson in this league? Let me see.
I don't know.
No, not even in this league. Like, I just can't do, it just clogs up bench spots when they're so important. I think it depends on the competitiveness of your league, I think is a good way to put it.
Is that Doja Cat first off? It might be, I mean, we might have reached that far, so kudos to the group, right? Robin says I think handcuffs are like insurance.
I would love
so my take on it is if I have a high profile back like CMC, I make sure I have Brian Robinson Jr. with that. Is how I feel about it. I don't go out and get handcuffs of other players, right? But that's been a downfall of mine.
So here's my thing. So if you're that strongly, if you feel that strongly about it, if you are like, okay, if you have CMC and you would get the handcuff of CMC for sure if you have CMC, then shouldn't somebody have that handcuff? Somebody else have him? If he's that important, somebody else should have him. Because that means they have the potential. So for the person with the player, they have the potential of having a slightly worse version of the player they had. For the person who has them on their bench, they have the potential of somehow gaining a big, like if in my opinion, that seems more exciting, somehow gaining an insane stud.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends your fab situation, right? I mean, think if CMC goes down.
Well, the fab is going to matter. You can have him for free. He's on the waivers right now.
Right, but you're predicting it, right? But if you don't have that insurance, then you have to pay up.
Right.
And if you don't have the capital to,
yeah.
If you don't have the capital to receive, like especially if you have CMC, right? That has the injury issue and he gets hurt in a role like that. Brian Robinson's not going to be CMC, but he's going to be close. But
I do think I think the one guy that you usually do want to handcuff, which I'm still not doing, is CMC. He's the one that usually people handcuff, like every time. Other people will handcuff some players, but CMC is the one you usually want to do because he's got an injury-riddled history. But
Brian Robinson and Tyler Algier,
huh?
Like Brian Robinson and Tyler Algier, like I feel like it's probably good to have both, right? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but would you rather have? So you're playing the game of, do you want to do this handcuff in the potential that maybe you get screwed and your season's really hurting, or do you want to have a bench that can maybe and people that could become stars without your player getting injured? It just comes down to, I don't know. I don't know what it comes down to. I don't know. I personally am not about handcuffs.
Yeah, and Intac says the trade tools too. Like Logan's moved waiver cuffs after one game, which is true. Like it's always about, what can you get with your handcuffs. But if I have a high value pick in the first round with a running back, I like to go get the handcuff later on if possible. If it's a CMC or Bijan.
Yeah, and
there's probably like 4 or 5 I would do it for.
I had my handcuff for a while in Robert.
So Robin's right. It does matter who it is, and Algier.
It matters who the handcuff is more than it matters who the starter is, really, too. Unless it matters who, is the handcuff a guy who you can see becoming like a stud? Like that's a big thing.
So yeah, Logan says the same thing here. Like there are certain handcuffs you want. Algier's top of the list, but most handcuffs share a backfield, which is true. So
yeah, like the handcuff for the Cardinals. It turned out it was just a mixed backfield. You don't really know.
I mean, it just comes down to, do you want fuzzy handcuffs or do you want just the steel handcuffs? Right? It's just it depends on what you want, right? So and sometimes you throw a little rope in there, get a little crazy with it, So
Vidal was a good one, yeah.
Vidal was a good pick. Well, he wasn't great last week, so it's 50-50. But he was $0.
Colts are beast.
I would take him right now. I'd tell you that.
Do we have one more question?
I think we do. This one, it's a different demographic. I don't know how. I don't know if his message comes across well, but let's see what he has to say.
Why have the trades in our fantasy football league fallen silent these past 2 weeks? Is it fear of being fleeced? A collective hesitation before the playoffs? Or have we all become too...
So it gets cut off again, which we have a real problem with reception here.
Bring him back.
I think-
Was that the most Dos Equis guy? Is that who that was?
Maybe.
Most interesting man on the planet?
I think but to answer the question, I think we alluded to the trades. Like, it's just, I think it's team makeup a lot. And I think people are getting better in fantasy football and aren't as emotional too. You had times where, you'd get like a TJ Yeldon for Tyreek Hill situation in the past and like, just because they're really emotional about it. Right. So,
Yeah.
But,
That happens. That does happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's your take? I had to give you a little jab for it.
That might go down in history as the worst trade in this league ever. Even though I swear there's been worse ones, but that one.
I just remember that one for me. So.
Oh man, that was the worst trade.
All
Okay.
right. I think that ends the question portion. So feel free to chime in. We're taking questions weekly, so
Let's do things. So
you might get your video on the pod,
right?
huh?
Rankings are different this week, right?
Yep, we're doing playoff seeding, right? So we're still going to go through each team, and we're not going to spend as much time as we usually do on each team. We're just going to kind of rip through it because we've already gone 40 minutes in.
But we did notice that people did rank a little bit differently when they ranked it based off playoff seeding, which
we wanted a different spin on it, right? Because we've been doing rankings and we're at the midway point, and so now we want to see what you guys think of, like where we're at with the playoffs, for instance, Brad's 5-2. Is he going to be a top 2 seed in your mind? Will's 5-2 as well. Like, is he going to be up there, or do you think like Dalt or Jordan can have a comeback, right? So that's kind of where it goes. I don't know the rankings, honestly, or the playoff seeding right now. I think Will has it. So, Will, we can either start from 1 to 6 and then 7, 8, 9, 10, or we can do it from bottom to the top, whatever you want to do. But I think we do a group at a time.
Has a preference really quickly?
Okay, so if you're going to do it, do it where it's top 2 and then next 2 and then next 2 and then do the bottom 4. We're going to do this in groups.
I don't think we should finish with the bottom 4. I
think we leave. Okay. That's fine.
Let's just do it. Hey, is there anybody?
Let's do top to bottom.
I wish there was someone in the chat that could give a random number, but there's not. Okay. Well, let's just go ascending.
Okay, do it.
Or descending. Do you have a preference?
Give me the first team.
First team is in the worst team, or first team is in the best team? Okay. Kevin said 6 first. Okay, 6.
No, 6 is the most interesting, I think.
You think
that's
so?
the bubble. That's the bubble.
All right, we'll start at 3.
I think we should do
Logan
1,
said
2.
3. Logan said 3.
We should do 1, 2, 10, 9.
1, 2,
and then,
10, 9 at the end to start.
1, 2, 10, 1, 2, and then 10, 9 to start. And then we start going to the middle.
For last. Okay, all right, I like that. So you want to start with number 1 or number 10?
That's what Zach said. Okay. Start with 1.
Okay. But do you know what number 1 is?
No, you have it.
It's I thought you knew. I didn't want to.
I don't know it at all. I don't know. Just tell me who it is. Is it you?
It's me.
Okay.
It's still me.
All right. Well, let's look at your team.
Okay, let's do that.
I hate sleeping right now.
You can just. Is Mac worse? I don't understand. You can just click on my team. Like click on me. No. Go to league. League. Okay, and then click on my name. What? No, not there. In standings.
Oh, in standings.
Yeah, go to league. League. Scroll down. Click on my name in standings.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
There you go.
All right, so here's your squad. We'll rip through it real quick.
Yeah, this is technically my squad this week with the.
So you have the best running back room. I know there was debate in Pods Pass, but you have the best running back room.
There's no debating.
You have CMC, Javante.
I have 4 running backs in the top 9.
And Kyron, right? Then you have JSN, who is top 3 wide receiver. But here's your weak point.
He's number
He's
one.
not one. I think one's debate. I think one's debatable.
So click on his name. Click on his name.
I know. I'm just saying. I think you can make argument. He's a top 3 right now for in general.
But he's number one.
He's top 3. So I'll do Amon Ra, JSN.
I'm willing to say that if you're willing to give me that Christian McCaffrey is the number 1 running back, even though technically he's behind Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
All right, then deal.
But I'll do a jersey bet with you, JSN versus Amon Ra.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay, cool.
You want to do
Ready.
okay officially?
Yeah.
All right, official.
Cool.
But there's a stat, by the way. This is my last absolute glaze of my team. There's a stat though. JSN has the second most yards of all time through 7 weeks in the NFL. He's only behind Jerry Rice.
I mean, I'm not lying. You're telling the truth. JSN's good. I said he's top 3.
I agree. I'm not. You're right. You did. I'm surprised you think that Amon Ra. So you wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. But you wouldn't trade. Yeah, I guess that's close. Amon Ra and JSN is pretty close. What is that? The number 3 and the number 1.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah. But just to kind of go through your team, your weak points. I got to talk about weak points because you're strong in a lot of places.
Tight end, man. Fucking tight end.
Tight end, and I think wide receiver 2 is a problem. I think you've gotten lucky with Diggs.
If McLaurin comes back and is good, then I have a real chance of not having a problem.
It's your weak point, though.
Yeah. It is.
McLaurin with Debo, I don't know if that's going to pan out, right? So
yeah. No, that is my weak point. But I need. That's what I need. I need.
I got to give him the IO.
him to be
How do you feel about Daniel Jones? My last question, and then we'll move on. So
I think he's super solid in fantasy. I don't see why he won't continue to be. When Brad traded at one point to get his 3rd quarterback, I remember talking in the chat being like, Brad has 3 quarterbacks, so I wonder how long he's going to do that, just in the hope that Brad would drop Daniel Jones so I could get him, and I did, and he finally did, and that's been so nice for me to have. So I've enjoyed having Daniel Jones.
I know I said that was going to be my last point, but I can't remember a team where I've had more – I can't remember a team of yours that I have had more confidence in than this one.
Yeah.
Even the year you won it. Yeah, even the year you won it.
Yeah, the year I won it, my team was a hodgepodge. Yeah.
Yes. This has been your most dominant team, is my opinion of it. So
definitely my first time in this league having a team that during the regular season looks like scary midway through.
Yep,
so.
Exactly. So, all right.
So do we go
10?
We got a 10, yep. So 10 is, well, we know who 10 is.
Who is it?
You know who 10 is. Don't make me say it.
It's Robin? Really?
Don't make me say it. You know who 10
God.
is. There's no question here.
It's Dalt. I feel for Dalt.
Don't
and
rate yourself 10.
I love the competitive fire in him, sending the chat, I'm not done till I have 8 losses. I love that because you're not done. You never know what's going to happen.
I'm still waiting for the trade to come through that you traded for Lamar Jackson. I know it's going to happen.
I do want Lamar, but I need someone this week.
Huh?
I need him this week, and if he doesn't play this week, there's no point in it for me.
He might. No, there is because Daniels isn't playing anyway. So no matter what, you're screwed there. But I think he's playing.
But I can't go out and get Lamar. Yeah, he probably is. But anyways, to talk about Dalt's team, he has pieces, right? Lamar and Derrick Henry, right? I think you could flip those and get some depth pieces. That's where he's at right now. He needs to get to the point where he's streaming, and this is just my opinion, right? But I think he needs to get to the point where he's streaming QBs and make his team deeper. And that's why he sent out what he said, all right? He said Lamar and who else? Kelsey is on the trade block, which unfortunately Kelsey's not going to yield you as much as you thought in the past. But if you look at his team, Jordan Mason, I think he's a solid RB2. He's got a good RB1 and, well, decent RB1 in Derrick Henry. T. Higgins, good wide receiver too, maybe with Flacco. We got a Hoosiers chant going on in the chat. David Montgomery. I mean, he's got pieces. This season isn't over yet. It's not.
No,
you never know.
He's so in it. He's right. He's on the cut.
I think there is a world where he could turn it around. I do. So,
Yeah,
um,
I don't.
I mean, T. Higgins is going to be all right, and Derrick Henry, and he's got these pieces.
Higgins
He just need
his second best player on his team is T. Higgins.
That's not true. That's not true. That ain't-
Other than quarterbacks, it is true.
That's why I'm saying he needs to flip Lamar like he's trying to do. So
It's rough. I feel bad for the guy. It's a rough. You know, in Moneyball, the other league I'm in that he's in with me, he's leading the league. So it's just
Good.
having a bad surefire time. That's
good.
all.
I'm glad he's got somewhere. So that world in is a Marvel universe. Maybe it is a Marvel. See,
He is a good player, but it's his.
T.
It's like
Higgins
his
is a
best-
good
it's
player.
his
That's
best
what I'm
player.
saying, dude. Wide receiver 2 for days. Wide receiver 2.
His wide receiver 2 is actually Khalil Shakir.
No,
Yes, it really is.
dude, you're sleeping on him.
His wide receiver 2 is Khalil Shakir. Who's better?
It's Shakir.
That's his wide receiver 2.
All right, let's move on. I feel bad now. I feel like we're clowning
It's
a little
okay. He
bit.
understands.
I feel like we're clowning a little bit. I love Dalt though. I love the competitive fire. Why does Mike sound baked?
He is baked, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to be quiet because James is sleeping, and I've had a couple beers, so which if it ends in a Y, I'm drinking. So
That's true.
all right.
And
Who's
today,
number 2?
what's today? Wednesday. That ends in a
Wednesday. There you go. All right, who's number 2?
Number 2 is Robin. Just very, very slightly behind. By 0.1, he was behind me.
Robin's number 2, huh?
Yep.
So the first 2 teams get a bye. Of course, he's. Hey, come on. I needed the liquid courage. I get nervous on these pods.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
Anyways, Robin's
I
team.
think
This is-
Robin's team is like a team that doesn't look godly. It looks really good, but doesn't look godly, but is performing godly. And I think that's what Robin does every year. Like he gets the guys that don't have quite the pizzazz value you think that they're going to have, and they do actually have it.
It's just crazy because, man, there's a lot of hate going on about this drinking stuff.
Not every day ends in Y. Well,
But I guess to talk about Robin's team. So he's got the best running back in the league in JT.
no, absolutely not. You said you would agree that CMC is the best running back in the league. You said so.
he's got a top 3 running back in the
There you go. There you go.
league. Which Coleman's right. Him getting him in the second round was a steal.
But I think he got him at the beginning of the second round, right?
He did.
I think I got CMC at the very end of the first.
No, you were middle, right?
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
I thought I was. Oh, I was.
Because
I
I
six?
wanted CMC.
Yeah.
But anyways, enough about us. Jamar Chase, he's got to thank God for Joe Flacco
Oh yeah.
because it was getting scary there for a minute.
Oh yeah.
But he's going to be wide receiver. You think he'll be top 5?
But my question is, in terms of talent, who would you take? Like, if you're building a team, would you take Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
Like in fantasy or
No, in real life, start a team.
That's
'Cause
tough.
Because
I think I go Jefferson.
It was a while where it was like Jefferson for sure, and now I think it's Chase. I think that Chase has made it clear that he can do it with a shitty offense and a shitty quarterback, and he can just because I feel like Jefferson can have okay games with bad quarterbacks, but he doesn't. Like, I've never seen a person who has more just massively boom games than Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I think it's JJ, but I think it's close.
I think JJ's build is better, but I think I would personally take Chase.
but the grill's tough. You can't deny it.
Got the grill. I don't think you can go
Um,
wrong either way. I was just curious.
His Robin's build is always crazy to me. He's got a Dunze and Waddle, which Waddle he got lucky with Hill, right?
Odunze's doing great.
QJ, he's had some good like late picks.
He
for
does.
himself,
He sure does. Yeah.
and then he's got McBride. Obviously, he's got the elite tight end. It's kind of a
And
wild
Devontae
team,
Adams
honestly.
is playing really
Yes,
well.
which he's been great.
Honestly, his
Wide
big
receiver
miss,
7.
his big miss is Brees Hall.
I don't even know if you consider that a miss though. Like
I consider that a miss. I'm sorry, not
he's
doing
like
it.
an RB2.
He's the
like-
running back 21 he took in the second round, right?
No,
He wasn't in the second round?
That was JT.
Oh, what? When was Brees Hall picked?
I
He
don't
was
know. How do
oh,
I
he was
look?
drafted in the 4th. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's my thing. Like he knew what he was getting pretty much probably, and it's not the best RB2.
Really, it has been, but it has been really bad for Brees Hall. His best week is 15, which he's done twice. It's been really bad. Like you don't want that. You don't want that even for players.
Yeah.
Waivers.
But if he gets traded,
he's tough to start right now.
if he gets traded, that's gonna be nice. But I think in regards to RB2s, it's tough out there. I know you don't know, but it's tough out
I
there.
really don't have 4 RB1. My team is
I'll
built
be
on running
interested.
backs only.
I'll be interested moving forward how this QJ situation goes.
I like Baker for him. Why is Baker's questionable? I'm guessing that's just a rest day.
But here's the thing. On that note, he's got Drake May too, which Drake
Yeah.
May's been great. Which
Drake May
I'm
has
an
been
idiot and dropped him. God.
You can't start him this week, but he has been really, really good.
Yeah. Well, he's got a couple tough matchups, but the beauty of it is he has Baker.
And Woody Marks is actually starting to look pretty good. That team needs to
Maybe.
get an offense going, but he looks pretty good. I mean, even when he was solid, wasn't he? Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll see.
yeah. He wasn't.
It's tough. It's tough. But I mean, he's got these flyers with RJ Harvey.
Has the points, right? Has the points. Does it every fucking week. Has won the most championships or tied with most championships in our league. And even though it doesn't look like the greatest team in the world, it's Robin. You have to put some fucking respect on his name. I mean, he's one of the greatest. He's tied for the greatest to ever do it in our league, and he's technically doing it right now.
The GOAT, huh?
No, one of.
You call him the GOAT?
Well, after this year, I'll be tied with him and Jordan, and then I can be part
Okay.
of it.
You definitely would be third.
Yeah, it would be.
If we're honest.
Yeah, I would.
But you'd be above me. I can't talk
But I'd
any.
technically be tied for the most championships.
It
That's all.
would be a pretty drastic drop,
It would
to be honest.
It would be a pretty drastic drop.
But you would hold third. You would hold it.
Hey,
That'd be
that's a podium.
You'd
Podium
be
finish.
podium.
That's all I need.
I want, a couple more things about Robin's team, then we'll move on. QJ, do you think it sustains for the rest of the year?
No. I think he's good. It was sustained. I think he's good for the rest of the year, but I don't think he's as good as he was like the first 4 weeks.
Okay. All right. Odunze, do you think that works out?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. And then Waddle.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was curious about. So if that does happen and they continue to work out, obviously going to be a championship contender. So,
Sneaky guy, sneaky team.
all right, let's move to 9.
Number 9. Okay. Number 9 is Jordan.
Jordan, which is crazy. I love this team coming out of the draft.
Me too. I feel like that same thing last year with Jordan's team, and it didn't.
I know.
So
I
Justin
love
Fields.
Jordan's builds a lot.
So Justin Fields didn't pan out the way he wanted. DK Metcalf isn't panning out the way he wanted, or that I thought he would. Bijan Robinson is obviously great. He has that.
Yep.
Matthew Golden not panning out the way he wanted.
You can't forget about McBride. That's on me. Yeah, Robinson with McBride's pretty good.
We
too,
talked
so.
about McBride
Okay, we did. Okay, I just want
a
to make
little
sure.
bit, yeah. Goddard is Jordan's team. If you look at it, even now looking at it, because ETN has been better than you thought he'd be, it looks like it should be pretty damn good, and it's just not really working out. Like Javonte or Jameson Williams has been bad.
Here's
I don't know.
my
I
thing.
think he took his risks that he always takes, and this year a lot of those risks aren't panning out. And Chase Brown is a big killer on his team.
Yes, it is. In the second round's brutal, and it's which Rob just said. In the second round, Chase Brown's brutal. And like you said, JMO's not working out. You know, you want to say ETN's been doing good.
Has he
And
not?
he has. He's been doing better than his draft capital. And he's the
Yeah.
RB15, but I think it
It's
speaks
not as good as I thought.
volumes to how tough the RB position is right now.
Yeah, because I think he was taken. Let's see, where was he taken? He was taken
809.
and then where was? Not talking about my own team, just out of curiosity in terms of the.
Javonte was like 12th
Javonte-
or 13th round.
I took Javonte in. No, I took Javonte around earlier, but that's kind of where. I mean, he was a good pick for where he was.
Yeah, ETN was. Also, what's hurt is Bucky's been gone.
Bucky has hurt him. Yeah,
I forgot about Bucky on his team.
He should be back soon, right? Is he close?
Probably after the bye, week 10.
He needs wins now, though.
Yeah, he's in a win now mode, so it's tough out here. Yeah, I mean he has wide receivers I like, but they're wide receiver twos, you know, and you don't have those alphas, and you miss on Chase Brown and ETN, or not ETN, but you miss on Chase Brown and JMO. It kind of is tough, but I mean he's still in the thick of it. And
I guess looking at his team and then thinking about his teams in the past, he's always drafted the same way, where he takes these guys that you don't even really know. Like, he reaches for guys, but he reaches for guys that are plummeting in rank. And Mike's not here, but Jordan reaches for guys that are plummeting in like their overall like draft position, and they think that you're like, oh wait, that name is good, and usually that has worked out for Jordan. But this year, like, I think Jordan also drafted Ridley, and that didn't work. Like, that's kind of usually been Jordan's MO, and this year didn't quite hit. So
yeah, with this team build, you would hope you would have an elite QB or tight end. That's how I feel about it. So, but it's still a lot of opportunity. So if Bucky comes back, maybe it's a different story.
Golden might have a good second half of the season.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity. Not saying it's over by any means. So, who's number 3?
Number 3 is Coleman.
Quality man. She's the long shot.
The long shot.
So when I look at Coleman's team,
you look at a really fucking good team.
Yeah, it is a really good team. I think it's one of the best teams in the league for sure, which is why he's 3. But I think it could be the best team, fully healthy.
No, I'm with you on that. I think fully healthy. I think fully healthy. If we're not talking about, so I think if this is just looking at teams and not looking at playoff potential, just with the points thing and what's going on, what's been happening, I think Coleman is probably second, or at least close. It's like having so Coleman's starting lineup maybe even better than mine. I mean, probably better than mine. I don't know, but I like my team. But
yeah,
I think I would trade my team completely for his team completely. I think the only thing I don't like, and I say this every week, and it seems stupid every week, but it's A-Chain, because like it seems like he shouldn't be good because the team is shitty and he is so injury prone. And last week he only got 11, but that's still good enough. But it's one of those things where he doesn't have a weak spot on his team. Like, other than his quarterback, that's it, right? He's got on the board had a bad week, but he's been really good this year. And his flexes are a lot better than most people's flexes are. Like, my flexes are just my running backs. I don't have the option to put in other guys that are also like around as good as he does. Like, he's got such good pieces to fill in and put in.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a great starting lineup, right? But after that, there's really no depth, is how I feel about it. But he, like, toe-to-toe with starting lineups, he has the best starting lineup, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so,
I think he's got the best starting lineup.
You know, it's that game he's going to be playing is either Marvin Harrison or Devontae Smith at some point, though. I will say that's his bench piece is Devontae Smith pretty much.
Yeah. So his team is a lot like his team is actually like it's similar to mine, except for he's got way better wide receivers. Like I have better
For sure.
way better wide receivers, and he has a better tight end than I have. So I mean, his team is, and I will say he's in a position right now that is a very nice position to be because he's getting as of at least this moment, he's getting slightly overlooked to be like the team that's like number one, and that's where you want to be because the team that's ranked one all season never fucking wins.
No, it doesn't.
You want to be the team that's just on the outside looking in, and Coleman is currently in that position. And there's no reason to think that his team won't be fully healthy for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it. I think he's got a top 2 or 3 running back room and a top 2 or 3 wide receiver room is how I feel about it. So, you just wonder about injury. I think you hit on it too. I think injuries will be the tell for him because he does have the injury-prone players and,
Achane, Smith,
Puka.
maybe Cook, Puka. Yeah, a little bit, but
that will be his biggest hurdle is injuries, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the depth with it. But if those don't happen,
I like his.
He's gonna be up there with you and Robin, right, contending. So
yeah, no, I mean the top 3 were pretty set for me, Robin, Coleman, and then it becomes, and again, that's another one of those things where the rest of you guys can be other sneaky teams that get in, but like he's definitely one of the power teams easily. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he had been the top ranked team, so his team.
I agree. So, all right, that's number 3. So let's move on to, is it 8?
Yep, number 8.
All right.
Number 8 will be, okay, so 8's a tie. Do you want to do 8 and 7, or do you want to go to number 4 and then go to 8 and 7?
Yeah, I want to do 4 and then give me an 8 team, and then I want to do 5 and then give me a 6 team and then 7.
Okay, so we'll do number 4.
Yeah, give me 4 now.
That's Brad.
So Brad's at 4.
Yep.
Which he's 5 and 2. So he's technically probably 2
more
wins.
I think this is where this is a good reference to where the rankings this week are based off playoff projections instead of current team projections, and Brad's team is a good look at that because Brad's team, technically looking at it, because he's been an injury-riddled team, has a lot of holes, but his team is putting up points, and he's tied for the best record in the league. So, I mean,
Brad has one of the craziest teams I've ever seen. Yeah. Honestly, Jacobs has been great, and I think Jacobs is going to continue to be great. I mean, the dude's just a stud, honestly.
Yeah, he's good. He's Jacobs really good. Deebo Samuel, I do think so. He's been injured.
Pretty good.
I really think he takes a hit when McLaurin comes back. I don't think that either of them are going to be unbelievable studs when they're both playing, but I think Deebo is not going to be a super stud when McLaurin's back, and their quarterback's got a problem. But he's had a nice little run with Deebo to get good. Garrett Wilson's been great. The Aaron Jones thing, I don't think is going to matter.
Yeah, you're not big on Aaron Jones?
No.
What about Pittman?
Pittman, I think, is going to be one of those. He's going to be the same he's been all year. He's going to be really solid and not a game winner. He's never going to win you a game. He's just going to be enough to get you a solid amount of points.
It's so crazy to me. This team's 5 and 2. Like, not to talk. Like it's impressive, honestly, that he's 5 and 2.
His average points. I mean, I think he's third or fourth highest scoring team in the league.
Yeah, I mean, look at his points for. He's 802. Like, he's scoring points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's not, So it's been.
And last week,
not a fluke. He's here by no means.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle has been a big part of that. That's helped him.
It's Rico, right? Yep. Yeah, it's Rico. Those 2 weeks is what won him 2 weeks, right?
But it's like every week he seems to have a guy that pops up that does something. And when Brad's team gets healthy, it's pretty solid. I wouldn't say there was a time where I thought he had the best team in the league, but some trades happened. I don't think he's the best team in the league anymore, but I think that a healthy Brad team is still a really freaking good team.
Yeah, and I will say I love Wan'Dale Robinson. I think Wan'Dale is going to be great for him with the emergence of Dart now, right? So, and you can see it here, like it's been pretty good lately for him. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy he's at 4, right? Like that, it's kind of crazy. So
I mean, when you're second in the standings, tied for the best record, so usually 7 wins gets you in. Sometimes you need 8, but a lot of times you need 8.
Sometimes you need 6.
Yeah, see, exactly. Sometimes you need 6. And a lot of times when it's 8, it needs to be a tie with a points for. He's got points for. So the thing is you're going based off of playoff projections. His chances of not getting in are pretty low, especially considering he plays some of the lower teams later on in the season. So
yeah, so now give me, because we have 5, 6, 7 left, right?
Yep.
So give me 5.
Okay, number 5 is you.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Where am I? Okay, here. All right. You lead it, because I feel we were talking about my team.
Hold on, let me get your team up. I'm playing you. Okay. So your team this week is shit, but after this week you'll be really good.
Yeah.
Your problem right now is that Jaden Daniels. So you did the Jaden Daniels thing. You dropped the quarterback. Now which you got in a good trade, but now he's not playing this week. So you have to pick up a quarterback. The Nick Chubb experience didn't work for you. You've had great wide receivers all season, and you still have great wide receivers. That's kind of your team is like so opposite mine. Like your team is just sitting on wide receivers without having that, like the stud running backs. You have Genty. Now Genty can blow up, but Genty needs to, like the Raiders need to play a team that's average. Like it doesn't need to be a bad team, but they need to play a team that's average, because when they play Colts, the Chiefs, they're just gone. And if that happens, Genty's not getting anything. That's the only thing about him that's super fucking scary to me. And J.K. Dobbins is one of those guys that's like, he's one of those guys that I would expect Robin to have, where like he can do pretty good, but he's pretty average.
He's the most annoying player to have, honestly.
Yeah, he's not somebody you really want, and he doesn't have good trade value name.
No, but he's an RB17.
Yeah, but exactly. He's consistent enough to where he gets the stuff. Your team is a lot of boomer busts. Like, so you have AJ Brown too. AJ Brown's got a 26-point week, a 20-point week, and then a whole bunch of So, but the thing is your bench is still good. You have, like, right now, so Amon-Ra's not in your lineup at the moment. Amon-Ra, obviously a top 3 wide receiver in the league. You have London, who I think is he's definitely a wide receiver 1 in my opinion. Like, your wide receivers are so set. Your biggest problem really is, I mean, a lot of us don't have tight ends. That's fine, but your running back situation is so sketchy.
Yeah, I'm excited about Bowers coming back. Let's see how that.
Yeah. You do need Bowers to come back.
I need Jaden Daniels and Bowers to come back. So I've taken a different approach this year.
Yeah,
I've gone wide receiver heavy.
I honestly think at this point, I mean, Bowers is going to come back now soon. So
yeah, he's going to come back after the bye.
It's tough to trade him because he hasn't looked good because he's been injured. But, like, at this point, I don't think having a tight end with your lineup, personally, I don't think having a tight end with your lineup is what you need to win. I think I'd rather have a tight end that you're streaming and have a better running back, and I don't even know if you can do this. It's hard to trade tight ends for other positions.
I mean, I would love to do Bowers and Dobbins for a running back, but I don't know if that's out there. So
yeah, but I think that the one, like, you have the deepest team in the league. I just think you're missing currently I think you're missing the absolute superstar power, like, other than Amon-Ra. Like, other than Amon-Ra, I don't know if you have, like, and obviously Bowers is superstar power in his position, but we don't know what he's going to do. And London, is very, very good. I wouldn't necessarily call him superstar power just because that team has the ability to disappear, which is always scary with those kind of guys. But what What do you think? Because you're the one who's running this team. What's your thought process on like what you're trying to build with that?
I've tried to have an elite QB and tight end and elite wide receivers this year, and then punt the running back position. Pretty much is my approach this year. Maybe have my Genty that could be a RB1, but I'm trying a different approach this year because I've always been so RB heavy.
That's what I did last year, and I really thought it would work, and it did not work.
Yeah, so I just need Daniels and Bowers to come back and see if that,
Daniels is a really good piece for you. When he plays, he's good.
It's nice to have a floor of 18 points.
Yeah.
When I was hoping for 18 from Herbert.
Right. Yep. No, I agree. The problem is he's whatever this underlying injury is that he's got. I think
he's getting to the point where he's injury prone too, right? So.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback for Washington, you're just gonna be injury prone, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. I feel I have 3 wide receiver ones on any given week, and then RB, and then two low end RB2, a high end RB2, maybe low end RB1.
Minimum 3 wide receiver ones.
And then I feel like I have a top.
Are you counting AJ Brown as a wide receiver one?
No, I think he's a wide receiver 2 at the moment.
Collins, Amon-Ra, and London.
Yeah, that's why I did the Pickens trade, right?
So Collins, Amon-Ra, London, and AJ Brown. I mean, I don't know. Thinking about it, I really don't know if there's a team with better wide receivers, like a better 4.
Yeah, those would be my flex. That's how I feel about it. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, Geno and Zach's right. Geno has been tough for that. So I would love to flip Bowers or Genty, but I don't know if that's out there. So if I trade Bowers, I would want a running back. That's how I feel about it. So
like, what about maybe a Scattaboo for Genty?
I would want to flip Bowers.
Well, you said,
and I would want to flip Bowers and Dobbins for a deal like that. I would do Bowers and Dobbins for a Saquon. Right? That's what I would do.
Oh, for a Saquon, I see.
Yeah, I don't think that's that crazy to say either, though.
What'd you say, Bowers and Dobbins for Saquon? Yeah, it's not crazy.
I don't think it's too crazy at this point. So, but enough about my team.
Okay, so are we on our 2 last? Our
yeah, so we're on 6 or 7. So, do you want the team that's in or out? Yeah,
team,
and I feel I was saying
only 2 teams left, 6 and 7.
Yeah, so Logan says I don't need a tight end. Saquon was the first name that came to my mind.
So
is with that, right? So
the interesting thing about 6 and 7 is that there's a tie for 6 and 7.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. So which one do you want?
Oh, did we forget about 8? Oh, okay.
Did we forget about 8? I was gonna say I knew we were missing something. 8 is
no, I think we did 8.
No,
I think they're messing with us.
Oh no, you're not 8. Wait.
We said 7 and 8 are tie. So just give me 7.
7 and 8. Yeah, that's what this is, right?
Just give me 7.
Well,
I'd rather talk about the team that's in
1,
last.
2, 3, 4, 5. You were 5.
Yep.
6, 7.
Give me 7.
Who was 8?
It was yeah, we fucked this up. Give me 8.
Yeah, it's 7 and 8 are all we have left. We just have 7 and 8 left.
No, we have 6, 7, 8.
We don't have 6. You were 6.
No, I was 5.
No, it's me, Robin. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You were what?
I was 5, so give me 8.
We have 7, 6, 7, and 8, right?
Yep. So we're gonna build suspense with 6. We got to do rapid fire with this a little bit.
Okay,
so.
so 7 and 8 are tied.
Okay.
And 6 is alone. So you
give me the person you like least with 8th then.
Well, we should probably okay. All right. So.
Or you can give me 7, and we can lose 5 and 6 and 8.
Yeah, we should just do 7.
Okay, and then
because
give me go 8.
Like, how do I pick one?
Just pick one. I don't even know.
We're gonna do Logan's team.
which is 7 or 8.
They're tied. 7 and
For
8.
7.
Yep, 7 and 8.
All right, so Logan.
He's either 7 or 8.
So Logan, what is your take on it? So here's how I view his team. I would love Saquon back, right? But I do believe wholeheartedly that he has two top 5 RBs on his team. That's how I feel about it.
Pearsall hasn't been playing. Gibbs is great.
Gibbs and Saquon. I feel like he has top 5 RBs. Saquon's gonna have a bounce back. Is how I feel about it. I think we're diminishing it too much, and his floor's been pretty good. So I know the world's falling with Saquon, but really it's only been like 2 tough weeks, and that's it, right? And his ceiling hasn't been where it is, but I do believe it's going to come. So
here's the thing with Logan's team, okay? The biggest thing with Logan's team is Logan. The way he talks about his team in the chat and tells everybody makes it seem like the world is ending. His team is the worst team in the league. He's technically in a playoff spot.
Yeah, he is.
And he has such good players on his team. I think if he talked about his team a little higher, we might rate higher. Because, he's got a really low total score. And that might also, maybe his total score has something to do with it. But he's technically in a playoff spot at the moment. And his team, I mean, there's so much talent on it. So if we're talking about his talent, he's got Jalen Hurts, fantasy GOAT. He's got Saquon Barkley. Even with his rushing production being pretty low, he's still putting up solid points most weeks. Like, he's had a couple bad weeks, like you said. He's got McMillan, who's really starting to put up points. He's got Gibbs, who's always good. He's got Brian Thomas, who, regardless of what he's done, he's still Brian Thomas, and I believe in that team and him. He's got a lot. He's got Pearsall.
Would you want Brian Thomas?
I would want Brian Thomas.
That's interesting. Okay. I think I would too, but I was just curious your perspective on it.
I would be interested in Brian Thomas.
Obviously we like the 2 RBs. I want to talk about the wide receiver room. Who's the best wide receiver on his team?
The wide receiver room is his closest thing, but it's probably Brian Thomas. I mean, that's the one you think has got the best chance at being great. Ricky Pearsall is pretty damn good.
You know what my vote is?
Dylan has been really good.
My vote's Olave. I think Olave is his best wide receiver.
Has Olave been that? I mean, I know he's been solid. Let me see. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's been really good.
So I think Olave.
See, his team looks like Robin's team, but his team isn't technically getting the points right now. But it looks so similar in terms of the way.
It is a similar build. It is.
It's like one of those teams where it looks like it could be like one of those sneak builds that just absolutely tees off, but it hasn't quite happened yet for him. But he's still, even with that, he's 4-3 and is technically in a playoff spot.
You hit a spot on it. It's Robin's
scary
build pretty much, but he has the elite QB, and Robin has the elite tight end.
Yeah, but he also has Saquon, who, in my opinion, Saquon is he's closer. Like, this is his floor. What Saquon's doing.
Agreed. Better days ahead. I think he's going to kill the Giants next week. By the way, I think they're going to kill him.
I think so.
But
I think his team's really fucking good. And it's just not quite performing. And I know that he's acting like the sky is falling, which that's kind of, a Logan thing. And I never know if he's being serious about it or not. However, the sky falling and you still being in a playoff spot with a roster that as good as his roster is pretty damn good. If I ever see that's the team right there that you are like that wins it. That you have that no one's talking about, no one's thinking about that wins the championship. That's
how it goes, right? Like at the end of the year, like, oh, I can't believe that team won. That's how it goes, right? So, I want to know. I like the theme of like, what would you do in your eyes to make this team better. And for me, you said flip Bowers. I think for him, I think I would potentially flip Hurts at this point.
Okay, I thought you were about to say flip Barkley.
No.
And you were gonna be like, trade me Barkley.
No, this is genuine. Like I think I would flip Hurts if I could, and try to get maybe Hurts and like a BTJ, Hurts and maybe Olave, maybe try to get another tier wide receiver. I think that's what he's missing, and then I think you could stream it or involve that in the trade, like the QB.
I don't think I would. I think I would keep Hurts because I truly believe that his talent isn't performing the way it should be right now. And Hurts is that get over the hump guy. I mean, he's so good every week. Like, I don't know if I would do that personally. That's the way I feel about it.
If like say you did a Hurts and BTJ for like, I'm trying to think, and I don't want to pick someone on my team because I'm not trying to make a trade here.
I'm not trying to make a trade either. So
yeah, I'm just trying to throw out like ideas.
Let's say like a semi. Okay, but to do that, you would Hurts and BTJ. You're talking about an elite running back or an elite wide receiver, and I don't think people are doing that. You can't package those two guys and get somebody because no one's going to want to do that. They're going to lose so much depth on their team.
Like a JJ, like could that get it done for JJ? BTJ.
That could get it done for JJ, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
I would do that if I'm Logan.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't do Hurts and BTJ for JJ. What if BTJ gets back to being really good? Like you're talking about, like Hurts' points. Like who would Logan start at QB after this? Because Hurts, as kind of mid as that team has been, gets so many points. He's losing so many there. I
mean, you could do.
And I don't think Logan's hurting for them.
Kevin said put for JJ McCarthy, maybe. I don't know. I think it's a fun talking point, but yeah.
I personally think, as much as I would like a couple players on this team, I personally think if I'm Logan, I'm sitting on this team because this team is just like a ticking time bomb. Personally, I think it's a ticking time bomb that's waiting to explode.
Yeah, my opinion would be flip Hurts and a wide receiver for like an elite wide receiver or RB. Is how I
think it was Zach that pointed out the stat that like every year the person who wins the championship has a really good quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair.
You get rid of that quarterback, and that can be a problem.
That's true.
And they're kind of hard to trade. The quarterbacks and tight ends are really hard to trade.
Yeah. I had a feeling we would go long, by the way, when we did this pod.
Holy crap, we're an hour 30. Okay,
yeah,
who we got? You want me to go to 6?
Give me 7.
Logan.
No, give me 6. Give me 6.
Okay, so we'll do 6 then.
This will be the last playoff spot.
Oh wait, 6 is the team that's tied with.
Give me 7.
Yeah, okay. So 7 is Kevin, but he's tied with Logan. So this is 6 and 7.
Okay.
Or no, 7 and 8.
So Kevin's team. Where is it? What's the point? It's wild. Kevin's ride's been crazy. I think he's missing like an elite QB, like Jalen Hurts.
No, I think I like QB.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I think he's got a running back problem. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. He's got a big running. He's one of those teams that actually has a QB and a tight end, and has solid wide receivers. He's got a super running back problem. It's pretty
I just want to say, I said Dak Prescott a couple weeks ago about him being great. So just throw that out there. But I've had a lot of wrong takes too. So, but I have to take the wins. Right?
The only bomb this team has is one of those fireworks. What are those called? Poppers, or what are those called?
So Kevin's team has been one of the craziest experiences I've ever seen. He started 2 Patriots running backs at one point. No, 2 Steelers running backs at one point. But now with the Swift trade, I think it's gotten better. So I think you're on the up, Kevin. I really do. Coleman says he would trade Rice. Value is so high right now. I mean, what would you trade for, right? Like, what do you trade Rice for? Like, and Kevin held on to him for all that time. It's tough to let him go.
It's one of those things where you got to try to figure out you got to try to find a person who thinks his value is something, because I really do agree that Rice has been he has a lot of trade value or none. It's one or the other. You got to find somebody who believes in that, but that team has so many wide receiver options. Like, you got Kelsey, you got Worthy, you got Hollywood, and you got Rice. That's 4 guys.
But it's crazy. Like, his experience has to be Rice, wide receiver 1 through 3, rest of season.
That's okay. So that means it's JSN,
Amon-Ra, and Rice. Okay, I like it.
All right.
I like it. Not even Jefferson.
So you wouldn't trade Rice for Jefferson or Chase.
Dude, I would love to have Jefferson.
I would love to have Chase.
But anyways, enough about that. But it's Hampton, right? Hampton getting hurt.
It needs Hampton back.
Has killed him, right? When he did that trade. But he may not come back to like week 13 or whatever, right?
13, because he's got to bye week 12. My guess is week 13.
So week 13. So,
but he needs to stay in the playoff hunt. Forgetting about CD and Puka hot take. No, we're joking. Clearly, Rice. No. I would definitely say Puka is top 3 and CD is top 5.
It's getting crowded up there.
Crowded. But no, we're good. We're still good. We have. There's actually room for one more in the top 5.
There is, but let's keep on Kevin's team here. So, Swift. I don't even know how to talk about Kevin's team, honestly.
So Kevin's team, his best player on his team, other than maybe Rice, is his tight end. That he really, it's so hard to trade because he's a tight end. But his tight end is so fucking good. Like, Tyler Warren is going to be just so consistent all year long. But
yeah, he is
when
pretty
you're
good.
A team that's on the bubble, and all you have is a tight end who's going to get you like in the double-digit points, but not like over 20 usually. That's really tough. Like, I don't know how you trade that away, because I was interested and I tried to trade. I've tried to trade for him forever. I want to draft him, but I can't trade my guys that are going to score more points for the tight end, even though that's a harder position to get. What he needs to do is find somebody who, well, maybe like you. No, you have Bowers, though. That's the problem. Like, his tight end is so good, he just doesn't have the pieces to fill it right now.
I don't know what you do. I think you got to make a depth move, right? Because he's elite. He's getting elite at wide receiver. And then he has an elite tight end. And then a pretty solid QB. But you got to figure out the RB2 and flex position, because starting Jaylen Warren, it might be good for some weeks. It's probably like a Dobbins start.
Jaylen Warren is a good start all the time.
But starting Stevenson in your flex is got to be a tough. It's got to be tough, right? Because like he really doesn't have any buys this week.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's that he has Gainwell and Warren and Stevenson and Henderson. That's like, he doesn't have options to like put in if the other one is like not doing well, because the only way it works is if somebody gets hurt. Like, honestly, injury for one of those guys is better for Kevin.
It's what he needs.
Yeah, he needs one of his players to get hurt so that his team gets better.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's fair. It is fair. That's what he needs, but it's just, I'm just speechless about his team. Like, I really am, because he's got 2 elite wide receivers and then a bunch of just God knows what, right?
So close to getting Tyler Warren. If he didn't have Tyler Warren, his team would be absolutely trash.
So, but I mean, he's on the bubble, so he figures it out too. So,
what's his record? 4-3 or 3? He's 3-4. Okay.
Is he 3-4?
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin, do you want to say anything else about your team, or do you have any opinions?
He said he's going to do some black magic in my room every Sunday and work out.
Probably the best move. I'm sorry, but I don't know how to talk about your team, because you have 2 really good wide receivers and then a bunch of question marks, right? Outside of Warren and Dak. So
Stevenson hurt, Gibson hurt, and Patriots.
That's true. That's true. It's been tough out there for.
That sounds weirdly realistic. I mean, Henderson was his worst pick for sure. Henderson's not
It
working.
was. It was. All
So,
right.
is it just the one team left? Is this the number 5?
Number 6.
Number
Mr. Number 6.
And you know who that is, right?
Zachariah.
Yep. We got-
Zach's team's deep.
So Zach's team and Kevin's team are the hardest teams to talk about. Both of them.
They really are.
Talk about. Because both teams. I'm really sorry to both of you guys because I love you both to death. Both your teams, in my opinion, don't look very good. I think that maybe Zach's team looks like it has more potential, maybe, but both teams don't look that good. But also, actually, the thing is Zach's team has a better record and is getting good points. He's got a pretty low points against. That doesn't necessarily reflect though because his points against. I think he lost both weeks. He got really low points scored against, but Zach's got Patrick Mahomes, and I think that might be the difference maker in my opinion. Patrick Mahomes is
I
playing
disagree.
insane.
I think Dak's been better than Mahomes.
Well, that's just not true.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes
He's the QB1. Dak's QB2.
Yeah, but look at the total. What's the points for? Let's see. Game log. What's the total points for because Dak is at 146 total. Scroll down.
I mean, I don't know. He's obviously the QB1, so I'm wrong.
Yeah, but
so.
what's his points for? Total?
175.
Yeah, it's a pretty big lead.
What is it? 140 to 175?
Yeah.
So
I
was
mean,
wrong.
it's so like if you go to like you don't have to, but if you go to like players and you like take out like you do all the unavailable, it's Mahomes. He's ahead of everybody. He's ahead of McCaffrey. He's ahead of all the other people. And
he's finally been doing good in fantasy.
like he's killing it. So that's helping Zach a lot. And
Yep.
I don't.
Rashad White has been a great pickup too for him.
Yeah.
That's been helping him.
But Rashad White. So Zach's team does have the players that are like at the moment doing good. That like Rashad White won't be a long-term solution for him, you know.
His team reminds me of my team a little bit. With I feel like he has 4 really good wide receivers.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's just kind of. And then he has like a pretty good tight end.
He was hoping
Obviously.
he was hoping for Walker to be more than he has been.
Yeah, Walker's been ass, which is crazy. I love Walker too. That's so crazy to me.
He has a lot of depth, Zach's team. I think he has more depth than Kevin.
Yes, for sure. He is way deeper than Kevin.
But the thing
But
with
Kevin has the
Kevin has
2 elite players that Zach doesn't have. He just has 1 elite player.
and Kevin does have the handcuffs to fix injury problems that he might have, whereas Zach doesn't have that as much. And Zach actually is using handcuffs to make his team better at the moment. I don't know. That's tough. When you get to between, like, I don't know, the 4 through 8 teams, it's really tough to rank them.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of, the middle of the pack, right? For Zach, I know he's been trying, like, obviously he's trying to move either Kittle or Ferguson to get some, help in other areas. That's where you probably make a move and, see. But I don't know what that market is.
That's where it
Right.
comes down to how hard it is to trade tight ends and quarterbacks. Like, that's so tough.
It is tough. And he has 2 elite tight ends, which
Because
he
I'm
just kind of
interested in
fell
both
into.
those guys, but I don't think I could trade any of my starting players for those guys. Like I mean, like McLaurin, he's not gonna do it for McLaurin. Like, it's really hard to trade like other starting players who are going to score more points than those guys. It's like in draft capital, they have so much value, and in game time capital, they have so much value. But if you get 2 of them, it's so hard because they don't have the trade value you want them to have.
Yeah, I just don't know what the market would be, and it is kind of wild. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. This Pickens Flowers, these 2 players. It's gonna make or break a season, obviously, with that. So,
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
Average,
it.
I think Kevin's got more points scored. They play each other this week, which is interesting. So
Points for, yeah, he
I
does.
think that if Kevin wins this, I think the league's opinion probably switches to thinking Kevin is higher. But obviously, if Zach wins it, then he could leapfrog. So, and Zach's obviously always going to be one of those teams that's game plan is to get into the playoffs and then have his team that he's built to be a playoff team win, which is why I think he's probably such a good dynasty player rather than being the kind of guy who's building a team for the here and now who could have problems later. So that's the way Zach's building his team. And it could be dangerous. We'll find out.
We will. So let's rip through matchups real quick, and we'll call it a night. So we'll start off with ours. You're gonna win. Pretty easy this week. Genty, Amon-Ra, Bowers, Daniels.
I changed my team name to Headshot Part 2.
Part 2.
But, so I changed my team name to William because I realized that that Dalt has been Team Dalt always. And in my other league he's Team Dalt Rose, and he's leading the league, and he's Team Dalt. He's never changed his name, so I kind of liked it. So I was like,
I like it.
So, but yeah, I'll probably change my name to the Headshot Part 2.
Yeah, I mean, I have Daniels out. I have Collins is probably going to be out. I have Genty who's going to be out. I have Bowers. I have Amon-Ra. It's going to be a tough week. So,
I mean, I got JSN and Kyron out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically, if you didn't have Daniels out, we'd have the same amount of things out. But Daniels was hurting.
Yeah, if Daniels wasn't out, I'd feel better. Yeah. But I think I would have had a real shot. So
yeah, it's gonna hurt you. Sorry, buddy.
So all right, Coleman versus Zach.
It's not. It's Kevin, right?
Coleman versus Brad. It's Brad. You can see Brad here.
Coleman,
this is a huge matchup.
It is a huge matchup because it's one team that we think is better, but one team that technically has a better record.
If Brad somehow wins this week.
If Brad wins this week, he's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So in terms of their average points that they're scoring, it's very close. It's just
I gotta lean Coleman this week.
Brad's got a lot of questionables over there too. Yeah. I'm sure most of them are going to play. I don't know about Debo, but most of them are probably going to play. But he's got 4 questionables over there.
Yeah, I think Coleman gets the dub. So
Coleman's flex too, and Darnell Mooney is kind of rough.
Yeah, it is. But he'll have Puka coming back and Marvin Harrison at some point.
Give me Brad. Give me Brad for the Josh Allen, Rico Dowdle.
Sheesh. I like it. All right. Dalt and Jordan.
Jordan, I don't got to look at it.
Dalt's favored.
I'm just going to take Jordan.
I'm going to take Dalt in an upset.
Jordan doesn't have his starters in.
I know. I'm going to take Dalt in an upset, though. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. You have to give some respect to Dalt. Dalt fucking whooped your ass.
Yeah, exactly. Put 130 on me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard. I want Dalt to be. I mean, Dalt was honestly, you know what killed Dalt? Was the year where we scored like more points against him than we've ever seen in our lives. I can't remember how many.
That's pretty wild.
Ever since then, it's been tough sledding in this league for him.
Yes, it has been. All right, so Robin and Logan.
Just give me Logan because I think he's due. The projections are terrible. The matchups, oh my god, it looks so bad for him.
I'm gonna go Robin, and I think it's potentially. I think if Logan loses, he can blow up the team.
I think if Logan, so the thing is, I think if Logan loses, I think we're never gonna. It's gonna be another one of those things where we don't hear from him until next year's draft.
No, Logan. I think Logan will go full tilt if he loses this week. So.
Just give me Logan because this week he's not projected high, and when he's projected high, he does terrible. He's not projected high this week. I know this is no merit, but I just want to think that for some reason his team is going to pop off this week. It's the way fantasy works.
All right, and then our last matchup is Zach versus Kevin.
This is actually the most interesting matchup.
It is.
So Mahomes, Prescott, Kamara, Swift. Kamara's been really disappointing. We didn't talk about that when we talked about his team, but Kamara's been really disappointing. White, Warren, Flowers, Jefferson, Pickens, Addison. Eesh. Kittle, Warren. I have to take Kevin. I really like Kevin's team compared to Zach's. In my opinion, the only thing that Zach has a true stranglehold on is the flex being Ibuka. But if anything, I'd put Flowers in Ibuka. I'd switch them, which would put Ibuka versus Jefferson, and I'd still take Jefferson. And then it's just his quarterback, and I would take Kevin's team almost every other place. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Kevin too.
But
is wild.
But fantasy goes weird. So.
Yep. So, well, that concludes the pod tonight. Sorry, I went long. It was very long.
We say this every single week. Sorry, every week it goes an hour 45, but every week it goes an hour 45.
Yeah. So hopefully you stay tuned for it. We missed Zach on it. He kept us keeps us on rails usually, so we kind of let it go down. Appreciate the shout out, Kev. Appreciate the episode shout out. So we'll catch you guys on the next one, and hey, go Irish.
Who